Peace, prosperity. Ya Ankh Ra Khan. Peace, prosperity, salutations. You're now rocking with the brand. This is real life, real talk. These are the days. These are the days of our lives. What's good? Yeah, so I'm doing my old. I'm over here on Facebook and IG at the same damn time. I expect the numbers to be small tonight. You know, I mean, it's Friday night, people out partying, having a good time. Probably going to go get some of those chicken sandwiches that they've been promoting here for the last few days. Interesting, because I got the numbers are balancing out over here. Yeah, they're probably going to go get some of that Henny in them. You know how they do. And get that late night hype, get them chicken sandwiches. So they're really not going to have time to worry about this. They, you know, black people, they'll start worrying about this type of talk on Monday and Tuesday. As it gets close to Thursday and Friday, it gets close to Saturday, to party time. Because, I mean, let's face it, the party, the club, look, the party, that's a drug. The club, that's a drug. The alcohol, that's a drug. Then the other prescription drugs and the hardcore drugs that these Negroes out here want to use to try to dull the pain of this system of white racism and how it's got us all in a Jedi mind fuck. Hey, it is what it is. But if this is your first time rocking with me, please go to my webpage. That's www.yarimakarama.com. You can go there to download my app. The app is on iOS and Android. It is Yarima Karama. Everything is up under Yarima Karama. So also, we got Unity Walk. Unity Walk coming up. Cleveland, Ohio is up next. So shout out Cleveland. That's happening September 21st. That's Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. We're going to be at Gordon Park, and I believe that's 801 72nd Street in Cleveland, Ohio. But just look up Gordon Park. Amani Persons, thank you. Glad to see you too. Christy Love, I see you. John Alves, I see you. Over here, Queen in 101. One gay girl. Okay, this is my first time rocking with you. Okay, one gay girl, salute. Welcome to the brand. Welcome to the family. And we gonna Leon battle. So I wanted to, and I'm not going to be on here long, but I want to talk about again the you know, we're a sick people, and I don't mean that in the sense of you know, I don't mean that in the sense to be derogatory, but we're sick because we haven't had any type of therapy. And so with our condition and what we've been through as a people, you know, we have a sickness and we haven't had any therapy for that. So I think that it's good to recognize some of the sicknesses that we have. And so I want to talk about this brother. Because the Queen, and shout out to Queen Erica Lachey, she put up the video, I shared it, but I want to talk about it because I delved into the case and just the epitome of the system of white racism and how it operates and works and how we are participants in our own genocide because we refuse to stick together, unite, and build together. But let me backtrack real quick. So talking about the Unity Walk, because I did give you my webpage, but if you want to know about upcoming Unity Walks, if you want to have a Unity Walk, go to the Unity Walk webpage and inbox me. Go to that webpage, inbox at www.theunitywalk.com if you want to have a Unity Walk in your particular area. And for the Negropeans who are going to get on and say, oh, what is a Unity Walk going to do? Obviously, you haven't been rocking with Yarima Karama too long. Do your research before you make stupid ass comments. But trust and believe, I don't walk, I don't march. Yeah, just trust and believe that. I don't walk, I don't march. So I know some people, and people are always, oh, what's a walk going to do? Well, unless you've attended a Unity Walk, you'll never find out because you'll never know. If you think that we're walking, where are we walking? Where are we walking? And don't get it twisted. We will walk, but we're not walking. I personally have a vehicle, so I got to get places quick. So I'm not walking. although I do walk for health purposes. But go to that webpage, www.theunitywalk.com. So here's the thing. This Rayford, Juan Rayford Jr., young brother out of California, and apparently, I mean, at the age of 17, they was at a house party playing some games. Beef jumped off between two people who had been having a long-standing beef. Richard Johns, I see you. Jamie Sepulveda. Jamie Sepulveda has been rocking with the brand for I think 4 or 5 years now. Salute. Richard Johns, I see you. Desmond Good. So they're at this party, and Melanated Queen Warrior, I see you, Queen. I appreciate you too. So they're at this party. I mean, you know what happens with us. Some shit jumps off, fight ensues, some shots are fired. Now, mind you, shots are fired, but first of all, nobody gets hurt. Nobody's dead. I have to preface this. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody's dead. Witnesses were interviewed. I want to put a face with the picture. So I'm going to do IG first and put a face with the picture. That's the brother right there. Juan Rayford Jr. and his father, who was fighting for him, fighting for his life, literally. So you just get a picture of this brother. That's a picture of the brother right there. So anyway, now mind you, these are young guys, 17. See, and even, and this is why I say we're participants in our own demise, because even melanated people will be like, oh man, they should have known better. These young kids out here, these are young dudes. White people don't even look at their young people like that. White people look at their young and be like, oh, they support them in any way they can. But we want to kick our children out when they turn 17, 18. Oh, get out the house. Then we want to treat them like adults, our children. And so the system of white racism then comes in turn and treats them like adults. So anyway, that they're at this party, some shit jumps off like they do at parties. Nellie Fuller says that, parties start out good, and then, over the course of time, the shit gets ratchet, somebody gets cussed out, and then it becomes violent. So, this was basically that premise. Party started out good. Two people who didn't like each other, had a long-standing feud, got into it. Shots were fired. Shots were probably fired to break up the fight. Police come. Investigation is done. Witnesses say that Rayford and Dupree Glass, another young man who was charged with this, they say that they weren't the ones who fired shots, said that they didn't do anything. So why is Rayford doing 11 life sentences plus 220 years in prison? Don Douglas, I see you. I need to get with you. We need to talk some insurance. So I'm definitely going to get with you. Kareem Johnson, I know that's right. So, and so this, this basically is a repeat of this is a repeat of the Central Park Five on steroids. 11 life sentences for real, and nobody, like the gun didn't graze, the bullet didn't even graze anybody's face, like nobody was hurt. So they nobody's hurt. The prosecutor offers these two guys 15 years in prison. Like, I haven't done anything, I'm just supposed to accept 15 years at 17. These guys were they were teenagers at the time. I need to let that sink in, because I think a lot of times we'll look at a 17-year-old, oh, they're adult. No. We're going to go by what the law says. The law says you're not an adult until you're 18, and in some states it's 21. These were 17-year-old, these were babies, man. Babies. They offer these babies 15 years. Just here. You take this 15 and go with it. We got you. You're caught. But wait, I didn't shoot a gun. And what do you mean I'm caught? They take it to trial. Well, you know what happened. Bang these young dudes out with 11 life sentences and 200 years. Now, the thing is with Dupree Glass, I don't know what's going on with him because it seemed like in the articles, some of the stuff that I was reading, his name, it started out with he was part of this, and then they just started talking about Juan Rayford. So I don't know if Dupree Glass got out. I don't know if that happened. But initially, the people, when the initial police did the investigation, they said that Juan Rayford Jr. and Dupree Glass had nothing to do, that they didn't even have guns. Then all of a sudden, kind of the same thing with almost, the similarities between this and the Central Park Five, outside of there was no actual rape in this one. There was no actual victim in this one. The similarities are so, and this is how you know that the system of racism is designed. It's a design plan. This is how you know that this is designed. It'd be different if it was one state that was doing this type of stuff. It'd be different if it was one or two cities in the world that were doing this type of stuff. But this is, black men and women are getting killed by cops across the country, being harassed by cops across the country. The judicial system is screwing melanated people across the country. It's not one county, one city. I know I put up a post a few days ago about Alabama framing over 1,000 black men. But it's not just Alabama. It's not just Alabama. It's happening in Florida. It's happening in Texas, Louisiana, California, Idaho, Wisconsin, Minnesota, New York. It's happening all over. So, and I want to get to, somebody just asked, Yarima, what can we do? I'm going to get to that. Well, I'll just tell you now, unity. I'm going to keep saying, my spill is going to be the same. One thing about me, I'm consistent. So my spill is going to be the same. And until Negroes is ready to try unity, until they're ready to pick unity over goddamn chicken sandwiches, well, we're going to continue to get screwed. Yeah, when chicken sandwiches become less important than goddamn, and chicken sandwiches at a white owner's facility. So you're sharing stuff to make somebody else rich. But hey, Negroes sell out for peanuts every day. So if you selling out for a chicken sandwich, white man is, yeah, let me make them millions. Here, take these chicken sandwiches that probably aren't even real. It's probably some processed bullshit. But our unity is everything. But this is what I want to talk about too. So I want this video, I want you to share this because I think that we need to get this message out. This brother should not have no damn 11. You can't justify to me 11 life sentences. And some sister got on my IG and had the nerve to say, well, everybody's talking this, but what if somebody had gotten killed? Well, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Yeah, what if racism didn't exist? Where would we be as a people? What if racism, what if 100 years of lynching didn't take place? What if cops didn't have guns and bullets to kill us? What if? Like when I hear the if thing, I go in on that. Because we can play the what if game. So her premise is, well, what if somebody had gotten killed? Well, let's deal with facts. The fact is nobody even got grazed, let alone killed. Nobody was harmed. As a matter of fact, the two dudes that had the fight had more harm done than the bullets that were shot in the air. So are you saying that we should start going on what ifs now? Are you saying that we should justify 11 life sentences plus 220 years by saying, well, what if somebody had gotten killed, so therefore we're going to give you these 11 life sentences? You can't even justify that. If I saw a person trying to justify that, they could be a big dude. They could be a big dude that would literally whip my ass. If they were trying to justify that, I would try to slap the shit out of them and run as fast as I could to fight another day, literally. I would try to smack the straight dog shit out of them. You can't justify 11 life sentences. I'm sorry. It's unjustifiable. 11 life sentences plus 220 years. And the fact that these guys were 17 years old. I'll just let that sink in, 17. But here's what I have a problem with. Here's what I have a problem with. And my spill is still going to be unity. When anybody asks me what we can do, I always am going to say what we need to do is the thing that we are refusing to do, and that's unify. And I want to talk a little bit more about that, because I think that even with our organizations out here today, this is what Unity Walk is trying to do. This is exactly what Unity Walk is trying to do. We were talking about the Unity Walk in Cleveland, and we were talking about the different groups, that in this next Unity Walk that potentially will show up. And they're literally different groups. And my thing is this is the perfect season for these groups to come to a Unity Walk. Why? Because you can still have your group and still be communicating and uniting with other tribes. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you can still have your group and still talk to other tribes. I created Unity Walk because we as a people, we don't talk. I created Unity Walk because when I walk through hoods around this country, you know what I see? I see brothers like this, and I see sisters like this. They don't even want to look at you. That's why I created Unity Walk, because I understand that we need to start having conversations. We need to be able to look one another in the eye again and be able to speak to one another. That was the purpose of Unity Walk, so that we could get amongst one another and really start to build. And when you go around your communities throughout the U.S., maybe your community is a little bit different. If it is, please invite me there. I would like to see that. I would like to see the community that you live in where melanated people they're on it together. They're smiling with each other. So the warriors are saluting one another. The brothers are dapping one another up. And if you live in that type of community, please invite me. I might even pay my own dime to come to that community and spend a day or a couple of days. If you live in that community, inbox me. Where melanated people are building together, where melanated people are actually talking when they see one another. I'm talking about melanated people that don't know one another, but they recognize one another. When they see one another, they recognize the war that they're in. If you live in that community, please let me know. I'll spend my own dime to come spend a day or two in that community. And then if it's like you say it is, and I see it with my own eyes, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to tell melanated people, this is the community we need to be in right here. Like, we might need to pack our bags and move here, because we got some like-minded people. So that was the purpose of me starting Unity Walk. The issue I have, I posted this video with the sister Erica Lachey exposing this, saying that we need to share this to get the message out. Here's my issue. I go down my Instagram page. These are the people that are getting tagged. Sean King. I don't fuck with him. Nick Cannon, celebrity. Let's see, Sean King, Nick Cannon, D.L. Hughley, celebrity, comedian. Steve Harvey, celebrity, comedian. Who else? There were so many, but they were all celebrities. And my thing is, so Malcolm already gave us the lesson on this. Malcolm already talked to us about this. But my thing is that that's all the people. Jay-Z, yeah, he was on there too. Jay and they. Oh, Kim Kardashian was on there too. So my thing is, and the craziest thing, the craziest stuff, they have what I literally saw on my IG, and it's still up. It's still up. Go, if you're not on my IG, go on my IG and just go down that post that I put with talking about Rayford Juan Jr. Go down that post and look at the names that they come with. And you will see the matrix and how it's working right before our very eyes. They have put celebrities who they spoon feed, who they can take their money and their position at any time they feel like it. Prime examples, Prince, Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby. I'll just mention those three and leave it alone. We don't have to go any further. I don't have to go to the sports people that have gotten their heads knocked in for trying some. I'll just say Prince, Michael Jackson, and Bill Cosby. So they put these people in front of you. They make these people your God with they're the little gods. And they always dangle that Jesus above them. But they put them in front of you. But they're dangling a carrot at them. Because if you get too far out there, we'll ruin your career. That's how powerful it is. And a lot of Negroes don't see it. A lot of them don't see it. I think I even had one on there I think they were trying to tag CH the God or something. The same ones who today on Breakfast Club did that little fiasco, talking about blowing Trump. So this is the type of thing that we see, and at this point, they didn't tag Dr. Claude Anderson. I'm busy. They didn't tag Dr. Claude Anderson. How do you not tag Dr. Claude Anderson? They didn't tag Dr. Claude. They didn't tag shoot, Dr. Aaron D. Johnson. They didn't tag Dr. Umar Johnson. They didn't tag Shahrazad Ali. They didn't tag none of them. How do you not tag the people who's out here in the street doing the real work? How do you not tag them? How do you not tag the people out here who have your best interest at heart in doing real work? And I know some people will dispute some of the names that I just mentioned. I'm really thinking off the top of the head. I don't really have time to go over the little dysfunctional beefs within the family where people are saying, oh, no, he ain't a real one. Oh, no, he's trying to play. I don't have time for that. What I do know is that these are the people, no matter what deficiencies they have, these are the people out in the street doing real work, as opposed to people who get behind a mic to entertain you, as opposed to people who are put on a certain pedestal. And they're put on a certain pedestal for a reason. I'm sorry. There was somebody out there who was better than Michael Jordan, man. There was somebody who was better than Mike. Fact, not fiction. There was somebody who was better. It's just that one that was better probably didn't get the same chance, and he might have actually ended up in prison. I'm sorry, man. There's somebody that spits much better than Jay. I'm sorry. There's some dudes out here spitting much. I done been in them type of ciphers. There's some dudes that's a lot nicer, but they didn't get that opportunity. And they wouldn't have taken it had they gotten it, because they would have known, no, this is the Matrix. I'm too real for that. I'm sorry. There's some dudes out here spitting better than him. I'm sorry, man. There was some dudes out here that's playing ball much better than Mike Vick and them. I'm sorry. There's some dudes out here that was much better than Charles Barkley. They just didn't get that same opportunity. It's real. It's real. We too talented of a group of people to say, oh, these ones would never break us up like that. No, we got more where that came from. They know the pool that we got. We got a whole pool of J's. We got a whole pool of Michael Jordans. We got a whole pool of Denzels. We got a whole pool. But the difference is, who's willing to go that extra bit to sell their soul? Yeah, you better than Mike, but you gon' buck. We can't use you. Yeah, you much funnier than Steve, but Steve gon' coon and bootlick. You ain't. We can't use you. Yep, you was, man, telling you way better than Charles Barkley, and got a better bitch than him. But yeah, Charles got that Southern Negro in him that we looking for. We can't use you. You got that buck in you. Yeah. Come on, man. And when they see it, if somebody slides in and then they see it, they ostracize them. Prime example, Marshawn Lynch. Soon as they see it, they ostracize. That's how I know when Negroes be talking about, we don't know what kind of move Jay gonna pull. Y'all must ain't been keeping count on all these that they've been slaying. What you mean you don't know what kind of move Jay gonna pull? He's the spook that sat by the door now. Wait and see what he does, right? Okay. Yeah, we saw what they did to Jomo Kenyatta. Saw what they did to Kwame Nkrumah, Steve Biko. Yeah, in this country. Saw what they did to Huey P. Yep. Saw what we did to Malcolm. Saw what they did to Dr. King. Yeah. So Jay is going to be the one, right? That's our problem. It's easy to pick out one because we're too scared to unite and make it all of us. That's what we're talking about. So when you want to talk about resolution and solution, yeah, Patrice Lumumba, he was up there too. When you want to talk about resolution and solution, it's always the whole. It's always the Borg, man. It's always the conglomerate together. Always. We always looking for one. That's that God concept they gave us, that Jesus concept. That's why we lost, because we looking for one, and they know it. They know it. Ever notice how they move? Ever notice how they vibrate? Ever notice that? They do it unwittingly. They be on code unwittingly. It's natural. It's natural. It's almost like wolves and hyenas. Certain things are just natural. The law of the animal kingdom. That's why we know they hybrids. They different from us. That's why we know they hybrids. They different. But one thing about it, they be on code. They stick together. We don't do that. So, just like my video the other day, you can't get to B, C, D, E, and F until you first get to A. You can't get to B, C, D, and F until you get to A, and A is unification. A is unification, period. And that's going to take some healing. That's going to take conversation. That's going to take sitting down in think tanks. That's going to take getting rid of petty differences or keeping the petty differences and saying, you know what, we can deal with that later, but not right now. We got a bigger animal to fight. That's going to take putting petty differences aside. That's going to take checking your ego in at the door, and that's a big one, particularly for black men, particularly for us. That's going to take putting the jealousies and all of that, and who's going to be the HNIC? That takes putting all of that away. Then when that process starts, then and only then, now we can start talking about group economics. Now we can start talking about group education. Now we can start talking about building military and what that looks like and who we want to train and who we want to lead in that. Now we can start talking about generating some generational wealth amongst the group, not for the individual, but the group. We got a lot of individual Negroes that are good, and they know it. Yeah. That means all of that. That means now we can start talking about extracting mineral resources. That means now we can come up with a plan to start talking about getting together to consume or get as much land as possible for us, and how we can work together to make that happen. But we got to be at the table first. We got to sit at the table and strategically say, we ain't going for the light skin, dark skin shit. We ain't going for that. We ain't going for the big one. We ain't going for the big one. The black woman versus the black man shit. We ain't going for that. We got to get through we got to get through all these obstacles that they didn't put in our way. All these minefields that they didn't put in our path. We got to get through all of that. So we got to say, no, we ain't going for that. No, we ain't going with your child this is our child. That's our child. And we're going to raise our child accordingly. According to black standards. Yeah. That's when we sit down and we say, okay, economically, this is what we're going to contribute and pitch in per month. And at the end of the year, or at the end of 6 months, or at the end of 3 months, this is what we're going to do. This is the plan. And we're going to have 3, 6, 9, and 1 year plans. This is how we're going to move. And this is what you must contribute. And we know you can contribute. Because if you can share something about goddamn chicken sandwiches and Nikes and all of that, then you can contribute over here, Negro. And this is what, and what is the benefit? The benefit is that your children's children's children won't be enslaved. Once we put this plan into effect, what is the benefit? The benefit is that your country, your land, won't be owned by somebody, and your children be working it for somebody else. That's the benefit. Because we automatically looking for, how is this going to benefit me? Sometimes it don't benefit you immediately. See, when we can sit at the table in a unified front, we can come up with a 150-year, 200-year plan for when we not here. Because we know that we don't want our people to go through the same shit that we went through. Popeye's chicken sandwiches, man. Crazy as shit. So with that said, share this video and make sure Rayford, Juan Rayford Jr. Remember that name. Let's lift this brother, man. Let's lift him. Let's lift him. I'm sorry, I'm just not dependent on no celebrities. Now, if one of the celebrities lift him, that's great. By all means necessary, get the brother out. You won't ever hear me say, if Jay makes a fuss about it and gets him out, you won't ever hear me say, man, Jay did. No, he did what he's supposed to do. He's got a platform to do it. And that's the problem. If I had the platform, they couldn't feed me no carrot. If I had the platform, I'd be talking about this every day like I do anyway, and I'm dead broke. That's the difference. So if one of them lifts the brother, Let's keep it in perspective. If they do lift the brother, let's keep that in perspective that you still a celebrity. You still a celebrity. And they might have wanted to use you as a vessel to lift so that you could get more people following you, falling for the shenanigans. Not Yarima Karama, baby. Not me. Never that. So with that said, peace, prosperity, salutations, because I know there's people on here got partying to do, and I don't want, lest it be me to interfere with people's partying. Lest it be me to interfere with people's Hennessy drinking and blunt smoking and all of that. I just put in my little time, little 30-minute video, boom, I'm getting up out of here because I don't want people chopping my head off talking about, man, the nigga was on too long, man, we out here trying to party, he bringing this conscious shit, we ain't with that shit. So let me get on off, let me get out your way. Yeah, but let's try to lift this brother, man. Erica Watson, thank you. Love you back as well. Love all of you. Let's try to lift this brother. Richard Johns, I see you. Family Infinity. Daryl Joseph, you've been rocking with the brand for a while too. Over here, Joel Saji. Joel Saji says, sent to as many people as possible, and Dr. Claude Anderson. Yes, we need our heavyweights on this, and man, they've really got us to where we depending on celebrities for leadership. Depending on celebrities for leadership. So with that, peace, prosperity, salutations. Love you all. Until next time. Remember, Unity Walk, Cleveland, Ohio, September 21st. That's going to run from 1 to 4 p.m. I believe there will be food there. So, you know, it's a free event. Come out. I'll be there. Yes, I will be there. And I believe they got some people running for office that's going to be there. Some melanated people. So, they better be ready fucking with me. But in any case, yeah, because I got some hard-hitting questions for them. Like, are you for us first and foremost? First, once they start talking to that, well, I'm inclusive because I know Cleveland, Ohio has got a dividing line. Like, that joint is racist as fuck. Like, there's a dividing line still. When you go over certain parts into Cleveland at night, you better watch it because you might have entered a sundown area. So anybody coming talking, they running for office, are you for us black melanated people first and foremost? They start talking that shit about, well, you know, I'm for all people. Yeah, the Unity Walk, we can't use you. Could you please sit down and listen? Let me take the mic back, nigga. So with that said, peace, prosperity. We are looking at one in Memphis as well. I'm waiting actually for a sister to get back with me to see how that is going. She's currently looking for a location, date, and a time. We're looking at it. She's looking at October. So we got the month already. So she's going to be looking for a place and a time. So with that said, peace, prosperity. Enjoy the rest of your night. I love you all. Until next time, salute to the warriors out here. Salute to the gods, the goddesses, the netters, the netterettes, the kings and queens. One.